One of the most favorite words of Tal is talking about execution. Execute. Can they execute? Can BA actually do something with their draft? It doesn't feel as bad in the timing, at least with the Spectre, but it does feel like BOOM are very much in their comfort zone and they are ready to execute.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like BA's head's already in the guillotine personally, but we'll see. Maybe they'll surprise me.
Sorry, didn't realize that was a gullet? A guillotine?
Guillotine, sorry. Oh, guillotine. I forgot it's a French word. Oh, man. Toby, you're Australian. You have no right to correct anyone on their grammar and their pronunciation.
I'm sorry. I actually used the French version of Visage, but...
Look, Toby, we're not here to fuck spiders. We're here to cast Dota 2.
I'm sorry, what?
You never heard that? That's Australian.
That is not Australian.
Yeah, it is. I know for a fact Parker is listening right now. Gods, I know for a fact
and you'll be sitting here just going, Kyle is smoking something. Like what?
No. I'm not going to repeat it because I'm not sure how many F-bombs you get, and I try and keep it PG-13, which is 1 per broadcast. But it is certainly a phrase. Toby, you're Australian. You should know that. I am disappointed, much like I am, to be honest, in the Business Associates draft, because once again, they have 2 supports.
Smooth.
Can you stop ruining it? Jesus. Anyway, Disruptor Lich are both very squishy backline supports, and you've got just so much single target. Like all 3 of your cores, like Wraith King SlarDar, it's not the same like as this Lifestealer SlarDar where you have that immediate, rage out into unmitigated, unstoppable damage. You're playing against a troll. That mischance is brutal against all 3 of these cores, and there's a Shaker. And both Shaker and Snapfire are more durable than Lich or Disruptor. And I just have way more faith when I see a 4 position that can be actually in the fights, providing lockdown and initiation, especially when the enemy team, once again, has 2 very squishy ones.
Yeah. So like these 4 positions are able to rotate, have more of an influence inside the mid lane. And I'm wondering too, like if we see a very different version of a Templar Assassin from what we saw in Game 1, where this TA will actually be the tempo setter. Will be able to fight along with her core, the Troll Warlord. And if this starts to happen, you start getting the momentum and diffuser play starts arriving on Troll Warlord, I think BA is going to have so many problems to deal with. And like, how does the laning phase even really work for them? They're going to put MoOz as that Wraith King on the off lane against Troll Warlord. Does he do well in this scenario? Then you put like Brax versus MoOz, like a SlarDar versus MoOz. Like that's that melee matchup that we talked about before too. Like if this is really what's going to pay off, like I guess you'll still have like Lich or Disruptor, like Fear will end up heading up towards the top lane, but it feels like weak lanes for BA is kind of my whole point of where my brain's been moving with this.
Honestly, I had a really hard time following that.
So did I. And I was the one saying it.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned as I'm putting some pieces together on a board that BA is going to have some really weak lanes. Their matchups aren't going to be fantastic.
I mean, to be fair.
And that's it.
So,
man, I could have just summarized that in like 5 seconds. That's so much easier. I apologize for wasting.
Welcome to my life, Toby.
I apologize for wasting everyone's time.
Oh, man. Well, you know what it is? Toby usually drinks the same energy drink before he casts. Today he's got something off-brand.
I'm off-brand.
He's off-brand.
I'm shaken, not stirred.
But yes, whatever you were saying, sure. The mid lane, Void Spirit versus TA. This can go both ways, but I've actually seen Void Spirits that come out ahead quite often, just because you pop your pulse, right? And then you just absorb a bunch of physical damage. You can trade hits very effectively. But, yeah, I don't know. It goes both ways, I want to say.
Okay, well, you keep a close eye on it, and I'll do what I do best, which is just look at what actually happens and talk about that. Because right now, BA is still running this aggressive tri-lane, so it's very difficult for Khezcute as well as Dreamocel to keep this bottom lane, like, even contesting for CS. Which is a good start for MoOz. He's able to get a lot more as this Wraith King. Gone 4 for 3 so far. The mid lane is 6 for 3 for 9 against that Templar Assassin who's 2 for 1, and the Troll is 2 for 0. So that's already a nice start.
I will say, I really like this decision to aggro tri-lane, especially with the Wraith King, one of the stronger cores.
Wow,
he's not going to push this spells.
Yeah, he does.
Bottom lane too.
Oh my god, they just keep the pressure on. Khezcute caught in the tree line. Who's going to claim him? And you know that whole like weak potential laning. Dreamocel's on the wrong side. He's got a TP. No, actually, no, he can't because the Wraithfire Blast is going to pop out. He's dead. MoOz blocking him absolutely perfectly. The fissure will now arrive as Hyde has joined the fight, but doesn't stop Dreamocel from dying. MoOz is just able to hit him.
It's so confusing to me that Shaker stays top for a full 2 minutes, pulls the creep wave. It's a one-on-one lane. You got to help out your boys down bottom. They already lose 2. This tri lane is effectively over, and it just got started because both Lich and Disrupt. What?
Yeah, I'm a little uncertain about this. And now 9 has a double damage rune in mid lane, so Templar Assassin's going to have even a harder time. 9's already got a bottle up and running. So tri-lane has begun on the bottom lane. But it's already 3-0 and we're 3 minutes in.
Yeah, tell me about it. This is not looking great for Boom in this bottom lane. They're going to have to try and recover, but it's difficult because Wraith King's just so much more formidable in this tri-lane than the Troll. And in addition, both supports, yeah, I know they're weak, but in this early laning phase, much more effective than a Shaker in terms of the amount of pressure they can output. And top, Mars versus StarLadder, this will be a fine trade for both sides. Mid is just TA already dying once for the first blood.
And 9 did it again.
Yeah, he's really quick with those. He's
just pulls him in with the Remnant. It's just easy with the pulse.
Yeah. He's not got the largest hero pool, but the heroes 9 plays, he has mastered. One of the higher MMR players in Europe. And a definite spammer in those games.
Making this life a living hell for the Templar Assassin. But the bottom lane's now at least settled down, so there's no real openings which would be able to give him. As I say that, MoOz, like he's just throwing out an easy stun, and they block in Fear, but Fear has trees to go into.
I get the easy camp pull though, and it's stacked, so Khezcute should be able to deny a bit of this wave. But
they're going after Dreamocel again. Hyde trying to actually push him off. He doesn't have Fissure available. It's on cooldown for 3 more seconds, so a quick cookie gets Dream back underneath the tower. Been chasing down by the skeleton minions. There's a good Fissure block. Actually putting MoOz on the wrong side of the wall. But this Troll Warlord, like, he needs a salve or something, and luckily he's got one from his support.
But that was actually huge because they denied the entire wave to the easy camp. So yeah, there's no kills, but you're actually better off than if you had killed a core here because you deny that full wave to a tri-lane. I like that graphic. Courier bringing the many couriers and the items that are en route. Top, still pretty even, 21-2, 24-5. Not really much that's going to happen up there. Just 2 heroes trading, so I don't really need to discuss it. Mid is where I'm watching. Yeah. 5-minute rune's about to spawn.
Does 9 need to actually try and contest the stack over on the side? Like, there's an Observer sentry that was planted down. The Observer just timed out now.
Mid?
Okay, yeah, he's jumping in. He's got a pullback with a Remnant too, but 9? Everyone's just trading off.
Brax took his rune, but Mars was probably going to go over to try and deny it. And he hopes that the one in his jungle's still there, but no, Hyde already popped that one.
Khezcute, caught out. Tried to cookie, but couldn't turn around in the right direction.
And just keep in mind, like, the reason that death happens is because Void Spirit now can't get runes, right? Because the Shaker went to rotate and pick those both up. That leaves bottom exposed. He loses a core, or support rather. Another example of how you can never really, it's like life. There's always opportunity cost involved. You will sacrifice something for everything that you gain.
I love this one where it's got some nice music. Not to mention, beautiful song. Observer and Sentry, goodbye.
That's a creepy song.
What?
That's from a horror movie for sure.
Well, it probably was used in a horror movie, but if I correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the Nutcracker.
Okay. Never mind. I think you're right. I mean, that would be a pretty scary horror movie, though. The Nutcracker?
Yes, such a... Okay.
That's terrifying.
That's... Yeah, okay. 4 heroes now on bottom lane for Business Associates. 9's rotation not paying off. This is something he definitely did not want to have happen. They tried to start it off, too, with, like Wraithfire Blast, thinking about gazing back. But that's confident moves.
Hello.
First initial stun, you got a fissure block as well. I am uncertain about that outpost contest.
There's no one showing the lane, my boy. Like, no one's there, you know.
They all backed up as well because like they saw that 9 rotated down. They already had the observer ward that saw the movement.
No comment?
I'm sorry, actually, sorry, he TP'd down, but then they saw him move back, so yeah, you're good.
Hey, big bright spot though, 9, already with FaZe, level 7. He's actually just going to run top. This could be a free kill on FBZ, especially since he's already amped up, and oh god, yeah, this is trouble for the Mars.
Oh, he pushes one away. He's got no way to TP away from this one, so Mars is most definitely dead.
What does the word God?
So at least he gets some good rotation, but we just saw 9 go from, bottom lane all the way up to top to try and find a kill. Gets 1 out of it, but TA is still farming up stacks. So many stacks in the mid lane. He'll take that Ocean Heart as well. Like he's just taken, I think he just took 2 triple stacks.
Yep. It's a big benefit for Mikoto. This is something that they kind of were used to. At the first game, you know, BOOM didn't get off to a great start, but then slowly but surely recovered. Although I will say, I'm not sure how much I'm buying this TA hero anymore. I know, like, at this last TI, you know, Weeham made it look absolutely broken, but we'll see. We'll see. But this isn't going to be the easiest game for him by any means.
Templar Assassin, okay, well, at least here has a 100% win rate, but it's a very small sample size. It's 1. That's the sample size that Alan would love.
Hey, so it's undefeated.
Yeah, totally undefeated. ES is trying to just wait out this mid lane. They want to try and glimpse back, but that's why Hyde holding the fissure. Locks Void Spirit on the other side, but he's going to jump forward, gets the Remnant, and now with another jump, there's no way for TA to get away, trying to get Refraction back up, and is able to do so. 9, first TA trap, he's going to try and run up the hillside. Spear is infallible, puts him up against the tree, so Void Spirit, have we got one more extra hit? There wasn't mana for the rebuke, so Templar Assassin's already gone down. 9 able to claim that kill before his own death.
Jeez. That was not what you were hoping for. You really just wanted TA to get the experience more than anything else. Gold would have been nice, but 9, that's a worth death. And he's going to go for the Orchid build too, so looking to be able to hunt the supports, even the TA if he catches some fraction down.
It's more rotation time as well for the, like you bring Mars out of the lane. But I still wonder, like, if this is going to be the same type of scenario as Game 1. It's like, okay, BA, you have a nice earlier advantage, but what happens in the mid-game? What happens once Troll is ready to fight, once he has Diffusal, once he has BKB? You're fighting again, you're going after Mars, but nice actually, like, spear back, putting Brax underneath the tower, the fissure. Space is created, and 9 as well as Brax is denied this kill. You've got 2 cores in the safe lane right now with BA, and what are they achieving?
Not much, Toby, not much, but we shall see how they look to perform as this game continues. The man I'm looking at is this Hyde Earthshaker. He's going straight for the blink. Once he picks that up, this is when the game gets spooky for business associates because all of their cores are going to be relatively squishy. I know Wraith King's a strength hero, but look at the item he's got queued up. Once again, Moo going to go for that Radiance. I just pray that Brax doesn't go for the pipe again because he needs to be a bully. I want to see him play offensive, not just sort of exist as an aura carrier.
He's playing a StarLadder. He's got to go offensive. Like, there isn't another option, right?
There's always another option, Toby.
True.
LD could have stayed in Dota and you could have retired. Imagine how my life would be different.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, though.
Winter would get more events than you.
No comment, no comment. It's all love.
Maybe you can still be a professional player.
That's true.
MoOz is trying this again. He's going to be successful, but I still wonder, like, what exactly you're going to achieve. Like, you're 10 minutes in, you can't hold these outposts. So what is the purpose of coming down here and grabbing the outpost? I suppose there's a faster TP position. If you're assaulting the tier 1 tower, the vision's pretty minimal though.
Yeah. But I don't have a better answer, so
okay.
I'm just going to repeat the mechanics and, you know.
Okay, eventually you say, like, well, I was right. And
yeah,
I was proven right here.
I mean, it just makes you feel like you got something to do, right? That's the key. Why do you go for a walk through the neighborhood? I don't know. Why not?
Just learning about trees.
I spent a lot of time doing that.
Smoke up on top lane. And so it's just going to be, again, like this tier 1 trade-off.
Radiant structures
ES has been enjoying the mid lane. I actually really like this too, the fact that TA was able to go jungle for so long. And you talk about ES getting that fast blink dagger. They gave him the mid for the last 2 minutes. So he's already up to level 6. Echo Slam's available. They'll just ensure the top tier 2 tower will fall as Glimpse, Troll Warlord, already trying to get the early actors out so they get a hard time hitting in, but there's not enough support TPing in fast enough, even with the 1 charges. And now the ult, he'll come out, but has he got enough life to survive through this? The Axis fling again, and Dreamocel, he's tanking through it. The Chain Frost finally will bring him down, but the Echo Slam from Hyde, he'll fissure and kill off MoOz, but there's more life where that came from. Reincarnation, I don't know where they are. They're definitely not there, as now FBZ focus underneath the tier 1 tower. 9 stays on top of him, gets the kill as Khezcute looks for that last hit onto Brax. He cannot dodge it any further. Up and down, but finally the StarLadder dies. It's a 3-for-1 trade-off. It's about to be a 1-for-4 trade-off in favor of BA as Snapfire cannot run away. 9 will get himself a double kill. That's chalking up his 5th for the game so far, and the tier 1 tower falls shortly after.
I mean, if they just have a Snapfire there with the ultimate during the MoOz arena, everybody's going to die. They're going to get shredded, but there's just no TA, there's no Snap. They kind of come in one by one. And yeah, like look at the positioning, right? There's just no TP on Snapfire. Does he can't? No, there's just no TP. He's got to do the long walk, and he finally does get here and to find the kill, but it's 3-on-4 under tower. Like, where's the damage? They're just standing in the arena. And yeah, you kill MoOz, but you know that's worth. You love using your Wraith King ultimate. You come back full HP, full mana. It's like, all right, cool. I'll go back to farming. Thanks for the gold.
It's probably the biggest worth of a level 1 like reincarnation. And now Radiance builds on the way for MoOz, because he's up at the 3rd highest net worth. The TA was going straight for a Desolator, so no blink dagger, just trying to get that straight Deso up and running.
I will say, I want to see business keep giving them the business. It's just a 2K gold lead. It feels like they're further ahead because they've been in control of the tempo, but TA, this Mikoto, like he's got a Deso. It's 13.5 minutes in. He's farming fast. Once he gets that blink, things start to shift.
And Troll is only, he's 1,300 away from finishing up Diffusal Blade, and that's when the game changes again.
I love this build. He's just going to go straight to Diffusal BKB, and because he went for these Wraith Bands, we saw Thompson do this as well. Again, when you're playing these core heroes, you want to make yourself slot efficient as soon as possible. That means buying items.
Hyde's dead. This Blink Dagger is going to be so heavily delayed.
And the Orchid with the Arcane Rune now on 9 as well. So he is very formidable and can solo kill almost everybody here. And oh, look at Mikoto. This is a cool play.
Is he's waiting for the Void Spirit to come closer? Does this work against? I
don't think so.
It really doesn't feel like it should work. Like
it's not gonna work.
The Lich is there. Refraction just wore off as well.
Dire's bottom tower.
TP's coming in, so MoOz has ultimate available.
It's like you're playing hide and seek.
There's the Observe Ward up on the hill. They see MoOz with the double damage rune. It's about to wear off. Already orchided up. Can't get his ulti off. TA is now coming back down again, but MoOz is already dead. Snapfire popping the ulti. And hey, goodbye Fear. Moving attention over towards Brax. So it will be a double kill for Mikoto.
God. That's
so
like
it's worth. It's worth.
It's like that one time my brother wanted to play hide and seek, but no one went to look for him. And then he came out of nowhere and just dumped a bunch of water on us. This is what TA just did. They forgot about him. Finds 2 kills in the back end. Slows the progress. But again, this is perhaps the concern. We're business associates. What are they? A laning phase advantage. They've got tempo. They've got mid tower down.
But how do they keep the tempo?
But then you've got MoOz building a Radiance passively in his own jungle. You know, you're just giving the map away to your enemies. And I question whether this is something they want to be continuing, because they're not a bad team. They're doing great, but you know they're going to now be playing 4-on-5. You're going to have a blink on StarLadder in a few moments.
But I think it puts more pressure on 9 to perform every single game when you do it this way, because now he has to be the playmaker. He's got the Orchid early on, but it's great. It's fantastic for BA because he can be that aggressive, snowballing mid that 9 kind of needs to be, and then maybe Wraith King can be the big-ass raid boss that once everything is popped from Boom, that there's nothing else to fight him. But I feel like Boom's last pick is able to do that, right? Like it's a Troll Warlord.
And he just finished the Diffusal, so let's see if once again that'll be the item that changes Dreamocel's game. It was for the PL, and they do have the Blink Deso up as well, along with the Mars Arena prepared.
Welcome to the mid, TPing underneath everybody, but it's fine.
I was real scared for a second that
ES has Blink. And,
Really? Whoa.
Yeah.
Level 7, doesn't matter, maxed out Aftershock. So much damage potential. This is very spooky now for Business Associates. Once again, they don't have the Radiance. It'll be complete right now, and it'll be on the way. But you gotta be careful. Your Void Spirit specifically is very squishy. No BKB. Yes, he can be very aggressive, but if he gets caught out, he's in deep trouble. And looks like that might be the case.
Oh, 9. Yep, first fissure. Hyde looking for the follow-up stun. As 9 goes over into the trees, and he'll orchid him up quickly, so 9 can complete his TP away to safety. Reveals the Blink Dagger of the Earthshaker, and they get away with the Void Spirit's life. That feels a little bit more worth. The momentum will start to arrive on the top lane. Mikoto, Blink Dagger, and Desolator. He's very much ready to force issues. The same thing for Brax. He's got his own Blink Dagger to reveal. He wants to get over towards the Templar Assassin. He gets the refraction up just in the nick of time.
Dire's bottom tower.
Glimpse. Pull him back. Put up the storm. Hyde's got no fissure to help him out with. Quick little Orchid Silence, and that's a good pick-off now for BA. Bring down the TA. No buyback available, of course. Still not having to battle the troll just yet.
It's a nice play, though, and this is what they're going to look to continue doing as this game progresses. Until you have a BKB up on Templar, you are very susceptible to just getting straight up gone on. And when you're playing against StarLadder, Void Spirit, Disruptor, not really much you can do. And the Wraith King, I'd argue, might even be a better carrier of the Radiance than Spectre nowadays, just because it feels like you're just more tanky naturally almost. You've got 2 lives, and these skeletons also prove difficult for TA because you just burn the refraction even through the BKB, and you hit harder. Has the Dragon Scale for that bonus armor along with Casual Buckler, like that decision from Moo. And we'll see what they choose to do here. Roshan's always a possibility. You do have a SlarDar.
This defensive observer was giving a lot of information to Boom.
Yep.
And the sentry is in range of the obs, but someone's going to walk closer. We are still during nighttime. So now they'll say, yeah, we're being watched.
Feels so much better as well.
But they're ready
Brax
to jump.
is a blink.
Fissure to begin
Whoa,
with.
no.
2 locked down. Echo Slam still being held. He'll let it go. But same with Mortimer's Kisses. Everything is just red in the mouth as Brax and Moo, they're both, no, not actually going to fall. Moo's able to survive a little bit longer. He'll finally get popped in the reincarnation. But the Chain Frost hitting into the backlines of Boom. They've lost 4 heroes already. It felt like a good initiation from Boom, but the support was there from BA.
They're going to look for more here.
They will. Oh, has to run up and around. But then the Storm and the Wall both able to connect. Underneath the tier 3 tower, Orchid Silence. No way to get inside the meld, no way to hide. Templar Assassin will fall. BA, they'll claim the entire of the Boom lineup.
I mean, part of that is because they had placed that vision as the fight began. Another is the full Chain Frost from Fear that just kills everybody. Was TA like in that fight? I didn't see him.
I think at the end, yeah. But definitely wasn't part of the, like, I don't want to say definitely part of the initiation.
Yeah,
I was too busy watching the ES.
They just didn't have the damage, right? They didn't kill anybody. They didn't even get MoOz. They got MoOz ultimate, but it took them way too long.
Fissure into the spear. You keep him controlled, however, with a cookie. The stuns continue, and 9 has the 1 charges. Jumps away up towards the north underneath the Observer Ward, but no one's going to be able to follow that. Very elusive hero, the Void Spirit. And even going to get 3 bottle charges thanks to the bounties.
Yeah, this is go time for Business Associates. Like, this is where it's the luxury. Yeah, you see the initiation.
So TA's walking up the side lane, and now she jumps in over towards MoOz.
Yeah, this is just in the glimpse away. Really well done by MoOz, just effectively distracting the primary damage dealer of the Radiant side. And by the time he's actually in there to attack anybody, 4 of his allies are dead.
And you know, with the TA, like already been proven, can basically one hit or meld strike one down Fear. So he needs to be there. He needs to get that connection. That's a nice room for an ES, but not that great without the Echo Slam.
It just seems like smooth sailing now for Business. Reminds me of the Aster games from yesterday, where it's like, so they're winning fights, they have a late game advantage, and they're out farming.
Oh, nice glimpse. Caught him just as he's about to try and blink away to safety. Mikoto, keep in mind that they dropped the Observer Ward during that fight. No one's actually looked to check the hillside. The sentry got planted, but they haven't looked at the high ground. And with TA down, BA going to Roshan.
One of the reasons I love and would also recommend that all new support players pick something like a Disruptor, because you can check high grounds with the spell. It's very annoying when you're playing Snapfire Shaker to actually
Just
get
use this
vision of the high
wonderful
ground.
courier that everyone now has. You can
Sure.
just send it up there too.
But it's difficult, man. Microing is not as easy for everyone as it is for you, Toby.
What? That doesn't even make sense.
What? What, you use your courier? You're not thinking about that all the time. Dota's a hard game. There's a lot of stuff going on.
Dire's
Stop being so critical of these players. They're doing their best.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Sure, Kyle. Sure.
Blink finished on the Mars. This is huge. You might actually have the ability to counteract some of this initiation. But so far, it feels like it's just been the 9 show. He's got a BKB now. He's going to be 9 indestructible. Moo, of course, hasn't died either, but he's had an easier time of it, whereas 9, starting from his first blood 1v1 on that TA, sort of just dominated. His one death, of course, was that time he killed TA just before again.
On the ready to fight. Sentry Ward's getting planted. Quick blink away from Mars, but you can't blink away from a glimpse. Orchided up, silenced up, locked inside the storm. Very liberal with their abilities. You do not care when the Mars is down. And with the Aegis Immortal, I'm a little uncertain about it going onto a Wraith King, but that always feels a little odd. Could have gone into 9's hands, but they're still going to come high ground. Wraith King's going to be the front liner. And that's like the worst target now that Boom can go on to.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they've got vision inside the base already. Moo has 2 lives, 3 lives,
He's got 19 armor as well, thanks to that Dragon Scale, plus the extra regeneration.
and the Manta, which is quite nice when you have the Radiance, but also for the bonus armor from the agility.
To answer your question as well from the last fight, where's the TA? Currently up on top lane, not looking to get involved at all. The tier 3 tower is gone. Mars is up.
He's not going to get one in time. They're going to lose this Rax if he doesn't get here soon.
Static Storm is not up for just yet. And remember, it's the big one too. It's with an Aghanim Scepted upgrade Static Storm on the Disruptor too. They're trying to push Wraith King away from their melee racks. They have to do something. The rest of business starting to walk along the stairwell. A blink jump into a Mars ultimate, something along these lines. Troll getting controlled once again. That melee rack's about to fall. Now the jump comes from the StarLadder, and it's a great Mars ultimate combining with the Echo Slam. BA's backline's about to evaporate. StarLadder gets isolated as well, and everyone's got the Mortimer's Kisses on him. 9 jumping himself forward, trying to actually make something out of this fight. The Dreamocel able to do his work, but maybe with the Lich ultimate, there's a little bit of damage being pushed back again. Moo dodging the Melon Strike, thanks to that extra quick little Manda style. Hasn't had the reincarnation pop just yet. They want to find something. The fissure, the stun, Moo gonna get isolated. They're gonna burn through 1. Fierce died in the meantime. 9 wondering if he can actually be part of this. But right now with the respawning Wraith King, they'll kill him once, they'll kill him twice. And that's it.
Did he just get a 3-man Echo Slam Mars ulti on the back line when the Radiance core was in front of them?
Yep.
How-
Let's see that again. How did the blink not get put on cooldown?
And not just that, but how are you all standing on top of each other as the back line? You've got to be way more cautious with your positioning as the supports, although it's a bit dangerous because if you're too isolated...
Here we go.
Like,
So it jumps in from there.
I mean, it's just everybody... All right, hey, you know what?
Sure.
Good play. Go Hyde. That's how it's done. They get the racks, but their lead is not as significant as it could be. Only 7k gold. Khezcute now found by TA, and he'll have a BKB for that upcoming fight, so potentially able to turn things around. However, benefit, Moo is huge, and he's going for the K1 Ektor build, Shadow Blade, after the Radiance Manta. He's going to look to get really aggressive, find his way into the initiation, which also helps with when you have a StarLadder, because you really could just blow somebody up.
As long as you can get on top of him. But like, that was also the first reveal of the BKB for the Troll Warlord, and you could really see how he could stand in the fight. Like, everyone else had issues with the Chain Frost, but he was just able to be that front liner, that long sustained damage against BA that was, for me, like, why I didn't want to say, like, hey, BA, you're in a great position for this game, because no matter how far ahead you are, the Troll can potentially just man-fight every single one of them. And if TA can just delete the Lich early on, if ES and Mars are able to find that combination, then it's very easy for BA to get put on the back foot. Now, they're setting a trap up on top. Mars is nearby with the arena too. Who's going to be the one to come into it? They would like to kill off the Void Spirit. Under so many TA traps, they're ready for this fight. So Void Spirit walks underneath 1, jumps forward, and he uses all of his abilities at the beginning. Is this the time? Fissure, oh, he BKBs! 9 gets it off in time. Brax is ready for his own stun. Earthshaker in a world of hurt. And he tries to hide himself inside of his own Shadow Amulet, but that does not work.
Man, 9. He might be in North America, but he's got the reaction time of a European. That BKB, straight out of the 10K MMR games that frequently get played on the server. Really well done. Otherwise, that is almost an unmitigated disaster for Boom, because then, or rather business, because then they take that fight. Maybe 9's dead already, and you have big troubles.
And so many huge items coming in for BA they can get. So Paladin Sword now into the hands of the Wraith King. Gives the Mind Breaker over to the Void Spirit.
Yeah, this AC pickup from Moo, it's close to it. He needs the Hyperstone in the recipe, but that's a big damage swing, especially when you have a StarLadder on your team. He's going for the Halberd on Brax. I like that decision. Again, you're playing against Troll, you're playing against TA. You render them effectively useless. Very surprised Dreamocel. One criticism, no Crystallis. This is the item you buy on Troll. This is the item you buy on Sven. Like, these heroes, this is the most cost-efficient damage item right now for a wide variety of heroes, and I think you wanted to grab it here, either just after or right before. I think right before the BKB goes for the Basher now. I mean, we'll see. If he gets up to like Abyssal Satanic, the Troll gets real spooky, but will Moo allow him that opportunity? That's the question.
Really grouping up around this mid lane. Jump forward. That's 9 getting aggressive with the double damage rune. Looks to get into the back lines, able to find the Snapfire. Ghosted will buy a little of extra time. BKB from Temple Assassin also dodging that first attack from Moo. And Snapfire actually able to get all the way back. And now isolated 9 with no BKB. Snapfire's late and the KheZu's go is going to go pretty deeper than that. But nope, 9. They've all managed to disengage. Can't say the same thing for Wraith King, however, but the storm comes down. Troll Warlord trapped inside of it. That's the Agnes, but the Echo Slam again! Hyde hits the money. 9 wants to come back in and give it the cookie stun. Everyone's getting hit. Same with the Chain Frost. Finally, it's been pulled out to the side. No extra damage from this. 9 on the run, but TA wants to stick with them. They want this Void Spirit dead. It's the biggest scalp they can claim, but they won't claim it. Gets the Arcane Rune. The TA trap slows down once. If he tries to TP out on top of this, inside the pit, no. Does the jump, another TA trap for yet another slow blink off cooldown, and he's able to jump himself away just in time. Is there enough damage? No, he can't. Can't close the gap with the Templar Assassin.
Man, Hyde is just straight up beasting on these fools. What the hell? Another 3-man Echo Slam that just totally changes the dynamics of that fight. Roshan may spawn in 25 to 3-minute 25 from now. But goodness gracious. Now we know where the name comes from, because he's dropping the boom.
That's my line of jokes. AKA
your line would have been, he drops the boomer on the Zoomers, or something that the fellow kids would appreciate. Boom. Shakalaka. That never again. They lost Range Rack's bottom as that occurred, but
yeah, but it's a Range Rack's
you
on
take
bottom.
those.
You don't care when you've got such a huge fight. Like, you swing the advantage, which was about like 8,000, 9,000 in favor of BA in gold, back up to about 4,000, but the experience for the first time in a while is now well ahead in Boom's favor.
And the other thing is that it's a Troll, and Troll inevitably outcarries this game. You're playing against Wraith King, you're playing against the Void Spirit. You don't want to buy MKB. You see, Moo doesn't have an MKB, which means when he doesn't have BKB either. So these axes just reduce his damage output by 60%.
No. I actually just like the fact too, like, once he has Abyssal Blade, you can't even walk away from him. There's no immunity, there's no nothing around that. But that's when I think there's even more pressure on someone like MoOz to get that Aghanim's like ulti. It has to come down on top of the Troll every time, and you got to kill him during that ultimate timing. Boom have smoked up. They're looking for their own fight. Observers and sentries have been planted. Everyone's waiting for Roshan, but he's pretty much maximum spawn time. So we'll be waiting a while. That is in favor of BA just because the bottom lane's going to push in and force Boom to reveal themselves.
Yeah, this is where it gets, again, business associates. I feel like how many times? Same exact game. Do well in the lanes, find kills early, mistakes in team fights mid-game. Suddenly you're even into the late game, and it's anybody's guess who takes it. But based on what we've learned from recent history, I'd say that Boom ID have got to be feeling themselves. And again, it's on the back of, even though he's bottom net worth, the Hyde Earthshaker, the 4 position that can straight up change the dynamics of a team fight with the click of a stun button. You don't have that luxury as MoOz. I mean, now I suppose with the Ags you do, but you're very squishy. You can't play the same way. You don't have a blink dagger. Positioning is far more important. We will see.
Smoke Gang fells from BA. They're still not finding their target they really want. Templar Assassins pushing out the bottom lane, trying to get closer towards having their Daedalus, looking for a really guaranteed one hit against the Lich. Because it still feels like Chain Frost is causing a lot of problems for the backlines, for the supports. They smoke up themselves. Look where Boom's going, straight up through the mid.
Oh, this positioning is excellent.
Up and around. Hey, who's going to reveal themselves? Fear is close by. He's just inside the pit. The smoke's going to break. The Observer Wars, they'll see him. They jump. They quickly find this kill over on the Lich. But no!
Whoa.
The
Whoa.
spear! It didn't put him into
That's
the...
not a wall.
Oh,
That's not a wall, Toby.
Really? It looks like a wall.
It looks like a wall to me.
But it's not a wall. How is that not a wall? Does Pango bounce off this?
No I'm not sure, actually. Everything I believed about structural integrity has just fallen to the wayside. Hang on, they're initiating.
Yep, able to find the initiation out. MoOz just lost his Blink Dagger, FBZ. That's going to be a nice ultimate with the arena, but can they do the damage? Dreamocel, everyone's locked in there with them. Hyde, able to get a good Fissure stun out. Brax dying quickly. Not to mention, you've got Mortimer's actually pumping a lot of damage from range too. But maybe Dreamocel, he's burnt off the mana of MoOz down to absolutely nothing. But don't worry, he's still got the reincarnation. MoOz now is going to be brought down, dispatched and controlled. Everyone's basically dead for BA, and the isolated second life of Wraith King will also be removed too. Man, it felt like a complete mess up of initiation from Boom around Roshan. MoOz on the run. Anyone got detection? No, he just Shadow Blades away to safety. But my God, every single time this ES hits a big ultimate, Mars hits nice combination timing. They're unable to find Snapfire again, and now Roshan's up to make things worse.
It's the team fight. That's the big difference, right? MoOz got jumped, it looks like, after he popped the ulti. He hit Troll for a second, but there was no kinetic, so he just ran straight out of it. And... no comment. That's it, that's a decisive advantage now for Boom. They've got Aegis. You see Troll. You can't touch him anymore as Moo. You can't even hit him when you get blinded.
And he's got full Abyssal. He's got the Aegis the Immortal. He's got the full Abyssal. You've got Cheese over on the Templar Assassin, who is now finishing up the Daedalus and looking directly into the MKB straight after. Here it is again. So yeah, the Storm well off target, and this just makes it the arena for Boom.
4-man arena. You know, and the backline, Hyde gets jumped at the Glimmer to escape. He has the gem. I just really don't understand what's the plan. And Business Associates, they're looking to take team fights, but they don't have a team fighting lineup. They need pickoffs. You need to jump somebody with a StarLadder, Disruptor pop the Eggs ultimate. Immediately someone goes down. But again, you can't do this because only your Void Spirit has a BKB. So, you know, Moo, if the blind comes out, any kind of stun, he's just not dealing damage. I don't care about your Radiance, your AC. You can't hit the enemy. Who cares how much DPS you deal?
Yeah, maybe we should have paid a little bit more attention as well for that Courier dying, because it did have Moo's Blink Dagger on it. So getting the Disruptor into the perfect position. If Storm is the critical thing that missed during that fight, why did it miss? Because 5 seconds before the fight began, the Courier got sniped. You lost that Blink Dagger, you lost your positional advantage.
So wait, MoOz or MoOz's?
I'm saying MoOz's. MoOz.
Got it.
MoOz.
MoOz is, because it's a possessive. It's his Blink Dagger, not just someone's he found.
Great, MoOz's.
Yes, you got to specify. We can't tell the difference, all right? It's Moo.z and MoOz.
Yeah.
What are we supposed to do?
MoOz's.
Yeah, there you go.
His.
That reminds me of the Woozles from Winnie the Pooh. And the Heffalumps. Man, those were terrifying. There's a scene in one of the Winnie the Poohs that I had nightmares about. Also, that weird scene from Dumbo. Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing. I think Woozles are from Dumbo. It's a long story. Let's get back into the game because we have a smoke coming out from Boom. They're going to look to engage. They've got the Aegis up. Troll has the Abyssal, so all of a sudden you can just go straight for anybody, notably a support, and evaporate them.
Who's going to be your primary target? Yeah, okay, high ground. Who wants revealing himself? Moo is trying to push out the middle lane as quick as he possibly can. He's still rapidly trying to finish up that Silver Edge too. Has the money, but will cost buybacks, and that's going to be the next big thing to keep your eye on. So buybacks available for the two big cores of BA. Wraith King as well as the Void Spirit. When Dreamocel starts on the tier 3 tower, and they have to slow him down. But they're going to get, what, through an Aegis Immortal? Well, they are able to do exactly that. But now it's time for Arena. FBZ jumps the back line. They found the Disruptor. That's the hugest kill they could have asked for. Pin him up against the wall. A buyback will come in from Disruptor. But MoOz is just TPing out. They lost the Troll Warlord 2 times over. Man, that's a nice little bash timing. TA will also be lost. That's a solid defense from BA. I thought that would have cost so much more.
They made the classic mistake. They had the right concept. It was like, oh shit, we just let our troll die. They're gonna pop Disruptor ult on top of him and kill him again. He won't be able to BKB. So they try to jump MoOz. They stop him from getting the field off, but the ult is already down. Troll is dead, 100-0 underneath, and that is how you take fights as business associates. Blow up somebody on the enemy side and find the extras.
And now they push straight down the mid lane. They want to get the buybacks at least out. They got one Templar Assassin.
I'll not fail.
This is costly. She's even got a rapier queued up in her quick buy. But they move to the extreme lane, the top lane. Get
Troll
the bottom lane
buyback.
forced in with the racks they've already taken. Troll does have his buyback available. Fortification's also up as well from Boom. So they might be able to slow down the wave. But MoOz got his own army. Yeah, there's the fort.
Radiant structures
Cleans up the mid, cleans up the top, and they're just saving the Trolls money.
This game very even, anybody's game, less than 1,000 gold separating the teams. We've seen now what it takes for both sides to win a fight. Boom, it's all about the 5-on-5 engagement, collapse a choke point, blast them with your AoE. Business associates, you've got to get the pick off. You need the initiator's advantage. So what do? Camp the high ground ward. This is key. If you have the vision edge, you're probably going to win the fight. And for BA, it's necessary because you're straight up not going to get a core target if you don't see him coming. Silver Edge as well, up on Moo. You can remove the Psy Blades, the Mars Bulwark, the Troll Fervor.
It's like Boom are trying to get out into their own jungle. Any money they can get, which doesn't mean they have to sit inside their own base. The BA just have the top lane and the mid lane camped out.
Yeah, pretty peaceful. No Aegis to speak of. Won't be for some time, 2.5 minutes away from a potential spawn. And neither side, I mean, you don't want to go high ground here as business associates naked. It's just not going to work out for you.
Yeah. Stay as clear as you possibly can from a choke point near an Earth Shaker.
No, this is the timing for TA though. Orbit Destruction, Daedalus, the meld hit bash. This is crazy strong, especially against all these. So really, it's everybody. It's just melted bash. Like, come on.
Yeah.
And your Deso, your meld is 12 armor, your orb is 5, your Deso is 6.
Is this actually happening where TA traps and just the Troll Warlord's able to defend both the mid and the top by himself?
Well, the thing is, they're not showing. So, yeah, you know, TA is there, but it's to be expected. I like this play. Smoke around him.
Yep.
See if you can find somebody trying to shove out this bottom lane.
It's going to be difficult to catch the TA as well as the MoOz. You'll probably kill the Snapfire with this play. Okay, no, they took the outpost. They revealed the fact they're there. But you don't have the creep wave. The TA traps are just continuously killing off the creep wave on the bottom. The Trolls continuously farming up on the top. And they're getting money for the TA. For the TA to finish up. He's going for a Hex now. Oh, goodbye, Courier.
Oh no, Khezcute's like, guys, I don't have teleport. What are you doing to me? He's gonna try and grab what looks like the bounties though. Top lane, whoa, hold up.
Yeah, Troll feels he can go for it, and doesn't just feel it, he can. 9's gone. Brax is still nearby too. Can they slow him down? Nope, MoOz gonna be able to get the stun off to Troll Warlord. Or he let the ulti rip, and he's going to get crushed down. It's a big ultimate from Disruptor. Didn't catch that FBZ, however, as he's put down the arena, pushing MoOz back, as well as Lich. The two supports have been dropped for BA as heavy buybacks coming in from Boom. They're looking to try and fight this one. Spears off cooldown in 2 seconds' time, but Brax and 9 both getting away as quick as they possibly can.
What happened? 9 with a really unconventional mistake there, just getting caught, but I think it was that ward on the high ground to the left. It may have been placed after they found him, but either way, they get the critical kill and force the buyback. So you don't mind that Trolls used his now, because if you kill Void Spirit, you might just win the game. I'll have a Shiva's up soon, which will increase the survivability, but still, Minotaur Horn, Timeless Relic picked up. A lot of these tier 4 items coming out now as we've hit 40.
Speaking of the big tier items, we're going to get double rapiers on the field.
Hell yeah.
So one's coming for the Templar Assassin, the
Already?
other one's coming for the Wraith King.
Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. It's about time. And they're like near identical gold, 58 and 56 in the banks for both players. And I like it because now that it gives True Strike, this item is just straight up bust. By far most cost effective. That is the worst item in Dota.
Flicker.
Flicker, yeah. You can flick that one right into the trash. I'm really hoping it gets changed at some point. The fact that there's like no stats is also kind of ridiculous, but moving on. These rapiers, because of the True Strike, it's going to be fighting around Roche with them. I love it. 2 minutes on the respawn. We'll see. Maybe one player has the cojones to pick it up without the buyback.
Well, TA has
The other
buyback
doesn't.
on cooldown anyway.
So just do it.
Yeah.
Let's go. You got the cash.
Probably thinking,
Put it
like,
in the stash.
do I have the... Stash is okay. That's because he's already got the cheese. That was smooth. That's an Andre the Giant level Princess Bride.
I love excellent movie. You haven't seen The Princess Bride. It's the best movie of all time. And it's perfect because you can watch it with anybody. You know, kids, your parents, your girlfriend.
Are they they're
Twitch
remaking
has-
it, right? They're remaking
No, they're
that
not.
movie.
They never will. They will never remake that movie.
No, they had the plan to actually remake
No, it's
it.
never going to happen.
Okay.
They will not give away the rights. Get your fingers off of that one, Hollywood. But, E-Blade on Snapfire. I like that, mostly for the defensive capabilities. You know, it's Wraith King Slaughter, right? We've seen even the Troll post-ultimate just get obliterated by one crit from Moo, thanks to that heavy minus armor presence. And that E-Blade's the only way you can really save somebody. Also, keep in mind, Disruptor Ag's ultimate, right? How do you save an ally inside without something like an Oracle? Well, E-Blade is your really only option.
How long does Boom stay inside their base? They know that Roshan could have spawned up by now. He is just 50 seconds away, so I'll get another very long spawn timer on Roshan. No information really outside the base. They got that one Tinker Ward you mentioned previously on the top lane, but everything else is very much dark. BA have Observer Wards in both of Boom's jungles. And a good sentry perimeter as well. And the bottom lane always pressuring in. So it looks like Boom are just happy to accept the fact they'll have to fight inside their base, but that's not what you want. Up against a Reincarnation and an Aegis to the Immortal, that's where you start to nullify the effect that Hyde can have on this game.
Yeah. Just, oh man, Moo's not going for the rapier.
He backed
switched
off
it out. He backed out.
He's going Abyssal instead. I kind of feel more on the
Oh,
Abyssal
TA
play.
backed out. He's going for sheep.
Well,
What is...
see,
I thought you
Kyle,
were a wolf, Mikoto.
Kyle, stop liking things. You're messing with the
God
system.
damn it. Maybe next time. We'll get it again. We'll get it
Roshan
at some
starting
point.
up. This is the
This is the
perfect smoke time from Boom. If they grab the Invis Rune, however, in the bottom river, which they just did, yeah, massive pings. They know there's an Observer Ward up on the hillside. Roshan is already dead. Aegis cheese as a refresher shard, which is going to get in the hands of the Disruptor. So a double Static Storm. Aghanim's upgraded ultimates for him. Exactly what he wants to have. Well, that's not what he wanted. 1, the Blink, and 2, the Shachlo. FPZ's on the hillside.
Illusionist Cape up on Moo. And now also the AoE Wraithfire Blast if his reincarnation gets popped.
That tower just gets wrecked so fast.
Radiant's
Don't even need a leveler for this one. Shield up Moo. Let him take out the range racks as well in mid.
You're just going to let him hit the buildings, guys? What's going on? I mean, Mars is getting runes.
Yeah, but Mars isn't TPing back. They're just letting it happen. Maybe they're trying to wait it out? Because they can't go on the Wraith King. He's got a reincarnation anyway, but the Aegis Immortal is in the hands of 9.
Yeah, he had no buyback, so the right choice to make sure it's on the Void Spirit.
It just doesn't feel like there's a fight to be had at the moment.
I mean, you're going to get mega here.
You gotta do something. Can't let Wraith King just take this base solo, which is exactly what's happening for the moment. Brax, backlines, FBZ found one target. It's gonna be the Void Spirit, but where's the follow-up? Hyde's waiting for the fissure hit, and they just try and isolate him out. MoOz is gone down, and Wraith King isolated underneath the TA traps, but who's the real winner here? TA will have to buy back to try and keep this defense going. Mortimer's Kisses is some decent damage as Moo really skewered back a very long way over towards the Earthshaker. As far down as they possibly can, but remember, they're still trying to burn through this Aegis as well as burning through the Reincarnation. And they'll get one of them as the Reincarnation, but they'll all get stunned up by the Wraithfire Blast. Chain Frost bouncing around, gets pulled up over towards the Templar Assassin. There's a dieback right now for Mikoto, and this may be the final breaking of Boom's back to give us a third game, a deciding game, a potential skewer, but that's only going to be the fake Wraith King trying to push him back with the spear. And yeah, this is really the game being done. Mars can buy back, but the creep waves are inside the base. And it feels like BA are just immortal at the moment. But Boom aren't giving up the fight. Not just yet. But Brax will try and do something about FBZ. He puts down the arena, tries to walk himself out of it and play along the wall side, but that won't work. Dead for 2 minutes. Only the troll left now to try and fight this one back. But the Ancient is gone and GG is called. We have ourselves, just like day one, a game 3 for our first series.
And I would say, it took a lot of hard work, but Business Associates certainly earned it. Well played, Moo, just ending the game with near 40k net worth. Absolutely enormous in this match, but 9, definitely the key to the early and mid-game success. Shaky is the thing. You look at their faces, this is a win, sure, but I've spent a lot of time with Fear, spent a lot of time with Moo, and I know that they will not be pleased with that performance. They know they can do better, and I think that if they want to take this series, they're going to have to, because Boom, they lost effectively every lane. This TA hero that just seems really poor. You can even see the giggles coming out. They're still relaxed and composed. It'll be fun to see. Either side can win this series, and it is elimination. Neither one of these teams has any intention of going home, but one of them's got to.
Yeah, one of them has to. We've managed to turn ourselves from this best of 3 into a best of 1 to try and decide who is the team that gets to advance to at least the next round. Like we're not even battling for just our one elimination game and then you can be safer to the playoffs. We still have one more round of elimination after this game, so it's gonna be a hard one for them. And this has already swung so hard. It's just around the 38-minute mark. It actually looked like Boom had this game. They were getting ahead, but they still never broke the base of BA, and maybe that's that nightmare for them. The bottom lane push in underneath the tier 3 tower of BA, and that's where it all went wrong.
Yep, and I'd argue from that point, they had control of that game. They have the Aegis on troll. They just didn't take possession of the high ground. This is something more inexperienced teams tend to do. You need to take the fight in the enemy base like you would in the river. Yep. You can't be in a position where you now just have your carry out of position and everyone behind on the low ground, especially against Disruptor with Ags. You can easily just be like, hey guys, I think he's going to spawn right here. Let's kill him again, and there's literally no counterplay.
Yeah, and they were doing the same thing. I was like, oh, Wraith King. We know it's the same type of thing with him. He had Aghanim Scepter, he had his Reincarnation. Not Aghanim, so he had Reincarnation, and he had the Aegis of the Immortal.
He didn't have Aegis.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my off-brand drink and have ourselves a break.
Void Spirit had the Aegis.
Yeah, he had the. That was the second time around.
Maybe we should.
That was the second time around. The first time around the bottom lane.
Let me throw it to a break.
We're gonna have ourselves a discussion between each other, and yeah. We don't hate each other. We're fine. Break.